Should we just blindly trust AI even if it's to help us out with things to do with our audio engineering? Yo, the Neve stopped Neving. It stopped doing what it was supposed to do. It stopped sounding creamy. It stopped sounding warm. Stopped sounding full. And I was like, something ain't right. A couple videos ago, you saw me put together preamp with the EQ. So I was like, yo, this is all good. Sounding nice. Or so I thought, right? So I had a client come in. They tried the Neve and I was like, something's not quite right. Low end gone, mid range gone. It's just sounding nasally. I was like, what? I was like, try the normal interface and see what happens. Lo and behold, it was good. I said, try different XLRs, cool. So it was like, there's something wrong with the Neve. So I have my suspicions that the switches that I set at the back of the Neve 1073 to go into link mode isn't quite correct, where sometimes you're getting the signal exactly how it should be and other times you're not. I tried changing power cycles multiple times and I was getting different results. So I was like, you know what? Let's take this out, redo the switches and see how this goes. So we're back. We're in front of the unit. So we can see the mic pre, LB there. Let me turn this to right way. Let's focus on. So this is the settings that we've sent so far, right? I'm gonna flash the manual on screen. Now, I thought I'd done it correct, depending to that. So I've put it on ChatGPT. Yo, I'm gonna try my best to make this not a prompt engineering video. But here's ChatGPT, and as you can see, I've got a spill. It's very important when you're using any languaging models that you just don't throw it straight questions. Throw it context. Because what you need to be able to do is that we want to massage the AI to give us the results of what we want. So we need to describe the problem that we're having and feed it the correct information. So a little work is required to get a better answer. So here you can see, like, I've given a little spill. I've purchased the LB and the EQ, blah, blah, blah. It's there. But I've also stated, which is quite key, what lunchbox I'm actually running. Because this is actually brought up within the manual itself. And there's specific dip switch configurations that are used when you use API lunchboxes. So it's really important that I put that in here. So here I've described, hey, the mic sounds thin when using the Neve, almost as if everything under 200K is missing. And then I've put it into a fact that, hey, when I plug it into another pre, it sounds full again. So that way we're letting the LLM know something is wrong. There is a problem. So I'm like, hey, I'm trying to look through the manual. I don't understand what's going on. So what I've done is I've dumped the mic pre manual, right? So here, as you can see, I forgot what page it is, like 6 or 8. Whatever it is. It was quite confusing when I was reading this out the first time. But what we're doing here is I'm giving it all of the context of what's actually on this page. Cool. So I have dumped all of this stuff in, I think from here, where it talks about what the switches should be and for insert mode. Cool. So we've done that, blah, 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 put that through. As you can see, we've just done a straight copy and paste. Then I was like, here's the documentation from the EQ module. Here's the EQ manual. Made sure all of that is in there as well. We're gonna run this and see what happens. Okay, we've got an answer. So as you can see, it's made sure that it's put what I've the lunchbox I'm running here. But we have to be careful because a lot of the times ChatGPT just spits back rubbish at you. I am going to contact someone who actually knows the correct configurations because I don't think I can just leave this to chance. Looking at this, it looks like what I've set before is completely wrong. Because I think on both sides, I'm not sort of understanding this bit, ignore switch 1. Does that mean it's already off? I don't know. Why my mic sounds thin? Okay. Here's the clarification. So it needs to be off on the mic pre. Should be off and that should be on. But I still need to know about on the mic pre, should they both be off? Here, I've asked for more clarification to break it down. And you can see, since I've got API Lunchbox, it needs to be off. So I think we're all good to go. So in the future, for anyone installing the LB modules and they're putting on link mode, according to ChatGPT, breaking down the manual, the mic pre needs to be off, both switches. This is because I'm using an API Lunchbox, right? If you're not using an API Lunchbox, I think the settings I placed before would be correct. But because it's an API branded Lunchbox, these are the settings I need. Both switches off on the mic pre, off on switch 1, on switch 2 for the EQ. We can see that. All right, enough of this. Let's get it back in. And I'm hoping this doesn't sound thin. So we're back. Everything is connected. Neve 10.7.3 into the EQ via link mode. The EQ is bypassed, plugged in, a verified signal. Cross-reference the dip switches with the manual. Cross-referenced it with what we got from ChatGPT, interpreting the manual. Put everything in. It's back up. It's running now. So I'm hoping, I'm going to monitor it over the next couple of days and power cycles. I shouldn't hear no thinness when using the U87 into the 10.7.3 or any other source for that matter of fact. So what I've done is right now you're listening to the audio of the U87 AI on a boom stand overhead through the 10.7.3 EQ bypassed recording through. So I'm hoping that is the end of it. Otherwise I've got a defective unit. But guys, thanks again. Like and subscribe and I'll see you on the next video. A couple of important things I forgot to add. Should we just blindly trust AI even if it's to help us out with things to do with our audio engineering? I don't think so. I didn't blindly trust it. At the end of the day, I want to say a big shout out to KMR because I actually hit them up in the DMs because that's where I bought the EQ unit from. And I was like, hey, what is the actual settings that this needs to be in for link mode for both units? So they was really fast to reply. A guy called James, big shout out to him, was like, hey, these are the settings that you need to use. Lo and behold though, it wasn't any different from what ChatGPT said. So this time, ChatGPT, I'll give you this one. But I have to give big ups to James at KMR Audio because I was never just gonna blindly put my faith in AI like that. But it is what it is. I'll give kudos where kudos is due, right? But you know what? Thanks guys for tuning in. Like and subscribe and I'll see you in the next video.